Oh no, it's all right, thanks. He's helping me. They. Oh yeah, he's just gone to go and get me. They. I can't remember who served us. I think it was him.
Wow, guys, I must say, what some absolutely groovy fucking earrings he has. If you're out in a restaurant right now, you are expected to ask the waiter for their pronouns. Should be your top priority, more than anything else. Hey, whatever happened to the customer always being right? Not in 2023. But then again, what am I really talking about? How can I argue with such logic as this? I saw this argument the other day, guys, and I gotta say, it blew me away. I just can't argue when I see good, solid facts being hit back to us like this. Imagine that, eh? How can you argue with that? Honestly, absolutely destroys any argument. It seems to be a very common thing with woke people. If they can't win an argument, they just scream. Nah, I'm just joking, they don't. Normally, they'll call you every single word underneath the sun, in which I can't say, oh, this video gets demonetized, ableist, and so on. Then if that doesn't work, then they scream. If you're being put on a podium like this, you have two things that you don't really want to come across as. Looking silly, and also you want to kind of make your point. What is screaming doing? You're doing neither. You're looking ridiculous, and you just wasted an opportunity to maybe get your point across. Who do you think is gonna look at this and think, yeah, you know what, actually, she made some good points there. I think I might have to start listening to them. No, that doesn't happen. What's up, boys and girls? We are back in Clown World. Before we go further down this deep and dark rabbit hole, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below as it helps the algorithm, and Papa Blaze really does appreciate it. Let's get into the absolute madness.
Royal crown cake? I'm royally hungry. You should consider any men's issues activist who doesn't align themselves with feminism to be completely full of shit. Anyone who thinks feminism ignores men's health or men's issues simply doesn't understand the concept. And as a reminder, feminism isn't a no boys allowed club. It's an ideology promoting equality among genders by deconstructing the patriarchy. And the issues that these anti-feminist gender equality activists focus on are results of the patriarchy. Their distaste for being associated with feminism and their indifference of the problems that women face are components of the patriarchy that they are overlooking or choosing to ignore. As DJ Khaled would say, you played yourself.
Gonna have to intervene here real quick. If you're using a DJ Khaled quote to further your argument, I think you've already lost. I'm actually kind of shocked. I didn't think anyone was even preaching feminism anymore. And the thing at the start by saying feminism isn't only just for girls, maybe you might want to do your research, my guy. And to be quite honest, I think I was just happy watching the Royal Crown Cake. And I wouldn't watch any more of this normally, but I do want to see how that Royal Crown Cake gets finished. So on this one-time occasion for you guys, we will watch the whole thing.
Intersectional feminism cares about men's issues, and pro-feminist activist groups that focus on men's health are based. To all other men's issues activist groups, the only reason why you're afraid of identifying as a feminist is because you hate women. Why would anyone take you seriously? Take a shower. I want to eat that.
Oh yeah, you know me, guys. I hate women. I know I date one, but I hate them. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. I just can't stand the things. Yeah. Believe it or not, though, there are actually some people out there that don't actually like feminism. Can you believe it? I wonder why. I wonder what happened between the years of 2015 and 2018. It's sort of like a bunch of people started advertising feminism as this equality with a bunch of statistics and facts that just turn out to not be true, like men get paid higher than women. All of these factors got absolutely debunked, and we're living in a time and age where if you're a woman, sometimes you actually have it easier. I know back then as well, they used to look at people putting in their resumes, and if you were a woman of color, maybe transgender as well, you were way more likely to be picked in a job if you had the same exact qualifications as a man. That mixed with all the compilations as well that was going around YouTube that got posted kind of put a lot of people off of the idea of feminism, especially because men and women in today's age are completely equal. You're always going to get the few that are never going to see it like that, but that isn't now a complete justification of a whole new feminist movement. There's going to be a few bad apples in that bunch. Oh, but it seemed like a lot of bad apples got into the whole feminist bunch. So agreeing that men and women are completely equal is something that everybody agrees with, but no one really wants to call themselves feminist anymore. Understandably so. Now we're going to be taking a look at some people that have actually detransitioned, which I actually find quite interesting. No hate to any of these people or kind of, ha, told you so. That wouldn't be helpful for anyone. But I find these types of videos certainly interesting, and maybe it can help some people that are thinking about doing something. Remember, this drastic. A lot of people people like to pretend that going on hormone blockers and transitioning just has absolutely no effect whatsoever when it comes to your body, when it most certainly does. And here is the proof. I just wish someone had maybe told these people sooner.
I medically detransitioned this past year. Hearing about the process of other detransitioners and even speaking to some people who are here today, it makes you realize that, oh, well, maybe this is not so rare as they're saying it is, especially when it comes to medical consequences. There was like a list of that, the incontinence, you know, not being able to hold your bladder, not being able to sleep because of heat flashes that are painful. It's ridiculous thinking that a teenager should go through that. I know that I had a conversation with Chloe earlier this year about heat flashes, and that was the first time that I had spoken to anybody about like the itchiness and the uncomfortableness at night, and realizing that wasn't just me. You know, and that's what you hear a lot. A lot of people will be like, oh, well, it's just you.
It does seem very much so like they like to keep all the bad and negative things hidden. I know we saw in a previous video where someone went on testosterone, in which they went to their doctor and talked about it. And it really depended what you said to them. If you were saying that you were taking that for lifting benefits, you know, you want to lift stronger and you want some extra testosterone going through your body to help you lift, oh, the doctors would be very against that. They wouldn't like the fact that you were doing this. Remember, it's dangerous. You shouldn't be doing this, not to your body. There's very real bad side effects that you're going to experience. But for some reason, all those side effects suddenly disappear when it's, I want to transition into a boy. Then that doesn't happen anymore because they're not allowed to say, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Because if there was any side effects, that would just be transphobic from the medication standpoint, wouldn't it, guys? I feel like if people want to make that final, very important decision, I feel like they should know all the information first. I think withholding certain information from people and letting them find out a few years down the line in which it does have irreversible effects is dangerous, but they don't seem to think so. Remember, all of this is irreversible. Just depends who you ask.
I guess it just didn't work out for you. It's like, it's not just me.
I transitioned when I was like 25, lived as a man, quote unquote, for like 7 years. Realized, oh, I don't need to do this, and I'm running away from other things. So I went back to living as a woman more or less a year ago, and just kind of opened my eyes to kind of like the whole gaslighting. The whole thing is like weaponizing empathy to make people believe that, oh, you have to affirm these kids. That's the nice thing to do. But long term, well, I think you guys know.
In my early 20s, I had substance use disorders and mental health issues. I transitioned from male to female. I lived my life as a transgender woman for close to 10 years. I detransitioned upon sobering up and getting to see a psychologist that was not an activist. I think a lot of society, and especially the trans rights movement, detransition is a reality that they're not ready to see or face or accept quite yet.
I'm 18 now. I'm a legal adult. There's still a lot of things that I can't do legally. Like I still can't buy marijuana or nicotine products or alcohol. I can't rent a car. I can't even rent a hotel room. And yet at 13, I was allowed to make the decision to change my sex.
Bit crazy at the end there with the music, but it's good to see stuff like, it's important to see stuff like this because again, it really drives home the fact that it is dangerous. And they made a very good point at the end there. I think everybody finds it a bit crazy, the fact that kids are allowed to transition. I still get comments saying that that's not the case. Kids aren't allowed to transition. Don't be stupid, Blaze. No, they're not. They most certainly are. With some kids being only a 1-digit number in their age. Not even 10, and they're allowed to transition. But they're not allowed to have a tattoo, they're not allowed to smoke, they're not allowed to drink, they're not allowed to rent a hotel room, they're not allowed to rent anywhere, they're not allowed to drive, they're not allowed to do anything, right? But transition, tattoo, piercing, but transition, go for it, Busterini. And I know the requirements for it have significantly decreased. Before you had to do, I think, a year or two of therapy. Now you have to do like 1 session. And then you can go and do it if you think that's really what you want to do. And also, therapists aren't really allowed to encourage you to do stuff. They kind of have to sit back and let you speak your mind and let you come to your own conclusion. They don't do that anymore. They push you and egg you on to do certain things. This whole system is completely and utterly broken. That's why it's important to watch stuff like this, because I feel like a lot of people don't even want to listen. They get so angry in the first place. And like I said, it's not like I'm coming for these people now being like, ha! I think it's actually kind of sad. I actually have sympathy for these people. I wish someone had told them. And I'm sure they wish, hopefully this can help someone else. Especially when you're young and impressionable, you think you're right. You think you know all the answers. I've been there before. Bro, I still sometimes feel that way. But you don't know everything. But it most certainly doesn't help help that people keep information from these people that are trying to figure themselves out. It's dangerous. But I really want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think all the information should be given before they make a very important decision like this? Let me know if you want to see another one of these as well, because I have a very interesting story in which a teacher is looking at possibly being fired for doing one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen. So I'm going to do that in a second video of this in the very near future. But anyway, guys, hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.